recording.
Hi, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good. My name is Lauren. I'll be your social worker.
My name's Natalie.
So tell me a little bit what brought you in today.
I've been feeling a bit depressed, almost. I've never been depressed before, but it's kind of the feelings I'm getting. I go to school full time, and I play softball for college currently, and it's taking up a lot of my time. My workload is just crazy. Me and my boyfriend just broke up. We were dating for about 4 years, so that was a huge toll.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's okay. I think that kind of started everything. And then I don't really have much free time. When I get home, I'm stressed. I have to do house chores. I don't really get some downtime, so I've just been really overwhelmed.
Yeah, I mean, it seems fit with softball especially.
Yeah.
And with school, you're taking some classes too?
Yeah, I'm taking 15 credits, so it's considered full-time. I'm actually looking into social work, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm taking some gen ed, so they're all right. I'm just like, I don't know. I could care less about school right now. It's kind of scary. Before this year, I was kind of a straight A student, and I was almost nerdy to a point. And now, I don't know. I could take or leave school.
Has this affected you in any other ways that you feel your stress level from softball in school?
It's definitely taking a toll on my health. I've been in and out of school with strep throat a lot. I've been getting sick, and I'm pretty sure that's because of how stressed I am. My body's just done, and I work out a lot, so my body doesn't get really time to rest.
Right.
So mentally and physically, I just feel kind of down.
Is there anything that you like to do in whatever free time you do have? I understand that you're really busy with your softball and school. Do you work at all, or do you have any hobbies like you like to go out with your friends? Anything on that nature?
I used to work. I quit my job actually because of how overwhelmed I've been. I also wasn't really interested in it anymore. And I don't have much free time, but when I do, I honestly like to be alone. So going shopping or going to the movies kind of pushed everyone else away. I like to be by myself.
Okay. Do you, in the past, before softball has gotten really busy in your life and stressful in school, was there anything back then that you missed that you used to be able to do?
I definitely miss my free time, and not even doing much really, just lounging around or being able to go out with friends casually. And softball's really gotten in the way of school, so I can't really focus on school anymore, which is making me not want to do that either. I feel like I've given up on a lot of stuff.
Did you at one time like softball? I mean, it seems like that since you did join softball, that you probably did have a passion for it.
Yeah.
It's just now maybe becoming too much.
Yeah, I used to love it. I've played since I was 3 or 4. I think it's because we got a new coach and how crazy it is.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Tell me a little bit about your family life.
My family life's pretty good. I'm an only child. My parents are very supportive. I almost feel like they're too supportive to the point where they force their opinions or advice on me. So I'm kind of at a loss now. I really, truly almost feel like I literally want to give up. Just end it right now. And it's kind of sad.
Have you had those thoughts a lot recently, more than previous times, or is it still the same?
More now, completely. More these past couple weeks. And that's finally why I came in to see someone, because I've never taken that step yet, and I scared myself.
Right. I mean, obviously, I want to do everything I can to prevent that from happening.
Right.
You seem like that, although you are busy and stressed, you are very involved, which is really important, that you have your softball, your school, you do have your family there, even if you would not like to talk to them about all these problems. But yeah, it does sound like a lot. I mean, any person in your shoes would have that amount of stress.
Yeah.
We're gonna need to figure out a way for you to somehow relieve that stress. So I think if you'd like to work with me, we can kind of figure out how to alleviate that a little bit and to figure out something to take the place of the stress.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay. So what I'm thinking is if you can right now rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest functioning that you can be yourself. So imagine the highest functioning Natalie that you can imagine, and 1 being the lowest functioning. Can you pick some number between 1 to 10 that would describe yourself right now?
Right now, I'd say a 4.
Okay. And our goal here is going to be to get you to a higher number. There's no right or wrong that you're supposed to be at. It's whatever feels most comfortable for you. So what I have to do is imagine that you go to bed tonight and that while you're sleeping, all of these problems go away. So you're not stressed about softball anymore. You're not stressed about school. You are able to go out with your friends, have a good time. What specifics would you see that would change?
I would completely be stress-free. I know my mood would flip completely. I felt more down in the dumps because of how overwhelmed I am. So if that was all gone, I'd definitely have a more positive outlook on life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'd feel depressed or suicidal. I don't like to admit that word, but if that's what it is, I think I'd overall be a lot more happy.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be willing to try more, almost like motivated, especially with school and like work, and looking for someone else to date in the future.
Mm-hmm. Are there any activities that you would like to try to keep you busy if you had all this free time or all this stress-free life?
If I didn't have softball, because that's in the miracle question,
Mm-hmm.
right? I love exercising completely, so that would be my go-to completely.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's always been a stress reliever in itself for me in the past, but since I have softball, I haven't really been able to exercise on my own.
Right.
So I don't want to exercise outside of softball. So definitely exercising,
Mm-hmm.
maybe movies, shopping, all
Yeah.
that stuff.
That's great. I mean, that you can think of all those activities that would keep you busy. It's also important to remember that although your friends do have busy lives, you might not want to talk about your problems with your parents, but they are your closest support systems. If you don't feel like you can talk to them, you know, I'm always here. We want to keep you safe.
Yeah.
So whenever you do get any of those types of feelings, feel free to call me or page me. I always have a pager on me. I can also give you another number for a hotline if you just need to vent to somebody about your problems. Like I said, our first priority is to keep you safe.
Right.
So I think it would be really important for you to maybe imagine yourself without some of these stressors. So there's a little activity I would like you to actually try. So either physically or mentally, if you could just picture a coin, heads and tails, and if you could flip the coin, and imagine that you flipped it to heads. Heads would be that you would have your perfect day, that you'd be stress-free, you'd maybe do something that you like, maybe have some time to go shopping, to go meet up with a friend and catch up, something like that. And tails would be going along your day as you are right now, dealing with all your stressors. I would actually like you to do that probably until the next time we meet. If it's okay with you, I'd maybe like to meet next week, if that's possible.
Yeah, I would like to meet more. As I said, my support system's good, but I think I need like professional help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's why I'm here. So if you want to meet next week, and maybe in the meantime, you could keep a little journal and just write down the stressors that make you feel how you said suicidal, or different activities that you maybe started. Maybe see if there's any kind of groups at your school that you can talk to. There may even be like campus ministers where you can talk to them about anything, any stressors. If you need to talk to your friends about it. You said you're not fond of your coach, so I probably wouldn't say that. But yeah, if you could try maybe any of those in the meantime, and then you can come back next week and we can actually have you rate your scale again and see if your scale went up at all or if it stayed the same or went down.
Okay, could, in the diary, you said the heads and tails thing, could every day I flip the coin and then I would like document like how I felt? That's what you'd like me to do?
Yeah, how you felt, what activities you did that day. If you have a heads day, which means that you have a positive day, any new changes that you saw. If you had a tails day, kind of describe your feelings and we can see and pinpoint exactly how you feel on those low days compared to your high days
Okay.
where you have less stress.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a really good step for me.
Definitely, I mean, if you have any questions about it or don't understand it, you feel free to give me a call. We can talk about it. If we need to meet sooner, we can definitely meet sooner than next week.
Okay.
I'm just kind of setting that right now as a guideline as to when we can meet.
So every week.
Yeah, we can start with that. Unless you feel uncomfortable, we can do it more or less.
Okay.
But I think it'd be a good thing if we started with that,
Yeah, I think it'll really help me.
right? And I mean, definitely keep in mind about thinking of other activities. We definitely don't want you to think about suicide, anything like that. So
Yeah. I think I'm on the right path. I appreciate it.
you definitely, I mean, for coming in here, you are definitely a very strong woman, and it's very, very powerful that you came in here and were able to talk about these. And it's very good that you're trying to free yourself of the stressors.
Yeah.
So it's a great first step.
Yeah, this is the first time I've opened up and it kind of feels good.
Yeah, no, that's a great start.